So, today I wanted to talk about the 2021, I think it's the 63rd annual Grammy show, I'm not sure. But I want to first go into the awards and what I felt was deserved or what was deserved. Then I want to talk about the performances, child. And then I'm going to get into the conversation that everyone was kind of having about snubs and who should have won and et cetera, etc. And just stuff I want to get off of my chest. So, first up, we have the rewards. So I'm only going to be covering the highlights, the stuff that I honestly care about. I'm not going to cover every single reward because I don't listen to all kinds of music, if that makes sense. But anyways, moving on. First off, we have Record of the Year that was won by Billie Eilish for Everything I Wanted, which was absolutely deserved. Best song in the category. Oh my god, one of the best songs of that year, undisputedly. And then next up, we have Song of the Year, which was won by her, I Can't Breathe. Now, I'm going to be honest, I've never heard of this song before. I honestly think that the Grammys were just throwing Black Lives Matter movement a bone. Just give her to her. Get it? Her. Just give it to her. But, yeah, so I think it was just kind of given to her. I honestly would have, I don't know why The Bigger Picture wasn't nominated in this category. I would have honestly given it to that over I Can't Breathe, but again, I haven't heard the song, so my opinion really isn't valid in this situation. But moving on, we have Best New Artist. Now, this is one of the categories that people were upset about. People were, even before the performance happened, so some of the nominees were, it was between Megan Thee Stallion and Doja Cat. The other people, no. I mean, I feel like the obvious answer was always Megan Thee Stallion. People were saying that Doja Cat deserves it. Doja Cat is an amazing artist, talented artist. She has the bops, but she's just not competing with Megan Thee Stallion's catalog. Like, when it comes to female rap, Megan Thee Stallion has definitely been holding it down. And she's just had, 2 number one hits back to back. She had the WAP, which is 5 times platinum, the quickest song to get platinum that quickly. And then we have Savage, another number one hit. It's not even about just the numbers. It's not even about that. It's just Megan Thee Stallion just has a better catalog than Doja Cat. Doja Cat has bops, but she just has not been consistent as Megan Thee Stallion has been. Like, Megan Thee Stallion, she has Fever and Good News, two decent, Fever is an amazing body of work, but, Good News is also, Good News and Fever are just two decent bodies of work, and I just don't think Doja's been that as consistent as Megan has been musically. So it just made sense for it to go to Megan over Doja Cat. But anyways, we also have Best Pop Solo, which was given to Harry Styles' Watermelon Sugar. And this was actually a pretty tight race for this. Like, a lot of great music came out in 2020, which is why I think that the Grammys did a really, really good job nominating, aside from the obvious snub, which is The Weeknd, which is the only snub I see in my eyes. The Weeknd not being included in any of this, it's so obvious that they literally took, The Weeknd out the last minute and just shoved Justin Bieber's Yummy and changes into everything. Where Yummy is where Blind Lights was supposed to be at. Blind Lights deserved this reward. It deserved Best Pop Solo. After Hours definitely should have been a contender for Album of the Year. Now, I won't say it should have won, because Folklore, which was the winning album of the night, definitely deserved that. An absolutely astonishing album. Just the songwriting, the vibe, oh my god, the storytelling. Oh, amazing album. Future Nostalgia, another amazing album. Shalombo, another amazing album. After Hours would have had some competition, but definitely one of the contenders for... After Hours definitely is very deserving of some of these categories, and it's a smack in the face that Justin Bieber was even considered to be in these categories over The Weeknd. But anyway, so Best Pop Solo. Definitely deserve Watermelon Sugar. Well, there are so many good songs in this category. We have Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish. Don't Start Now with Dua Lipa. Cardigan by Taylor Swift. I'm happy that Watermelon Sugar won. I'm happy about it. I don't think anything was snubbed. I think there's a lot of just amazing songs in this category, and I feel like any one of them deserved it. I don't think one particularly deserved it over the other, because I love all of these songs with the exception of Yummy. I like Yummy. It's just not a Grammy-nominated Best Pop Solo of the Year. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, moving on, we have Best Pop Duo. Now, a lot of people were very angry about BTS losing because of Dynamite. A lot of people, because this is BTS's only nomination, which was Dynamite for Best Pop Duo Group Performance. And I can't believe so many people are so surprised by this. I literally said in my nomination predictions video, I was surprised that this song got nominated. Do the Grammys have something against BTS? I don't know. But I personally heard Dynamite, and I'm just not a fan of it. It's a very generic sounding song. It just isn't. It just. I don't know. I feel like BTS can do a lot better than that. I've heard songs from BTS before, and I just feel like Dynamite, I just personally don't know why that was a song that got so big. It just is. It's still surprising to me. Now that Rain on Me should Rain on Me have won? That is I don't know. Rain on Me was it was a decent song, and then you also have Exile with Taylor Swift. That was an amazing ballad. I think it's between those three songs, but that is a really weird. Now that I think about it, yeah, Rain on Me is definitely a weird choice. I like Rain on Me, but again, that just isn't. Should Dynamite have won? I'm honestly surprised that Dynamite got nominated. Like I said, it's just I was surprised to even see that nomination because I just didn't. I think I did throw it in there because it was a big hit and it is BTS, and the BTS has that army, but it's just something about BTS and the Grammys. They just don't really show appreciation to them. So I knew that they weren't going to win that. But aside from that, Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande won. The song was okay. I wasn't a big fan of Rain on Me. I honestly just thought that it was that big just because it's Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. I feel like as a song, it's meh. I wanted Exile to win, but I'm not mad at Rain on Me. I don't think it absolutely just did not deserve it at all. But it's just like, But moving on. We have Best Pop Vocal Album, which Dua Lipa, I'm so happy that Future Nostalgia won. It was just very, very deserving. It really, really deserved. Like, I'm just glad that it won something. Now, I didn't see it winning Album of the Year, not over Folklore, only because Future Nostalgia, although it was a great album, it didn't feel like an album, really. It just felt very short. I felt like Folklore, I feel like an album was like a dish. And I feel like Future Nostalgia, it was amazing, but it kept me wanting more. I feel like Folklore had me full. Like, I got everything that I needed out of Folklore. Like, when you listen to that album, it feels like a complete body of work. Like, you feel full, you feel satisfied. I feel like with Future Nostalgia, it was just like, I need more. Like, it was so good. It felt like an appetizer versus like Folklore felt like a meal. That's the best way I could describe it. But anyways, getting off topic, Best Pop Vocal Album, Future Nostalgia absolutely deserves an amazing, positive, upbeat, amazing body of work that has substance. Because sometimes people think that happy songs aren't supposed to have substance, but Dua Lipa has proved us all wrong. There's so much growth and there's so much positive energy in the disco pop sound that she helped bring back along with the Weeknd and Doja, along with other people, like the revitalization of that. And the whole theme of Future Nostalgia, like, it's a futuristic sound, but it's still nostalgic at the same. Absolutely amazing. Like, amazing album. Deserved. But what would have deserved more is After Hours. I will say that. This should have been After Hours' reward. I can't believe Changes was in this category. Changes as best pop. No. Well, there's actually some great vocals. Like vocally, Changes is a good album. I just feel like it's not a good album, but vocally, there is some. But the Grammys literally they had the Weeknd in these categories. And, the Weeknd did something, he was obviously blackballed. Because the fact that After Hours was not included in the entire Grammys when all his songs were submitted, it's criminal. It's obvious that he's being blackballed. But it's a quality album. It's a quality album. The Weeknd's best album to date. And no nominate. Crazy. But anyway, I want to talk about some of the quote-unquote snubs that people were talking about. And people were talking about how people like to do this thing where they'll make a statement instead of just going through the facts and really dissecting what people are saying. Because people will be like, oh, the Grammys are crazy because Doja got no rewards. But people have to realize that Doja was nominated in some pretty some categories. Doja Cat wasn't just going against La Di Da and Bingo. She was going against Say So was competing with Watermelon Sugar, Everything I Wanted, Don't Start Now, Cardigan. She was competing with some powerhouse songs. It's not like Doja Cat was just a snub is when this artist obviously should have won something, but they didn't. because they were going against some really good competition. Like, a snub is like, she obviously deserves it over that other artist, and that's just not the case. Even however you feel about Megan Thee Stallion, Megan Thee Stallion has had a trailblazing year. Like, 2020 was an amazing year, 2019 was an amazing year, and Megan just kept getting bigger and bigger. Like, from Tina Snow, you know, her getting her first gold, and then you have Fever getting her first platinum, and then you have Good News, like, already a gold album, one #1 singles, and another #1 single. Like, Megan has really been, like, Doja was not snubbed. Doja was just going against some really good competition, and she just happened to not get the win. Doja Cat has had an amazing year, and, like, Doja was not snubbed at all. BTS was not snubbed at all. Well, at least in this year, they were not snubbed. They were going against some pretty decent songs. Like, I don't think, like, it was, like, obviously, like, this song should have been chosen over. I don't believe that at all. The only artist that was snubbed tonight was Lil Baby and The Weeknd. Because I think that Lil Baby definitely should have came home with Song of the Year. He should have been. Lil Baby should have definitely won the Bigger Picture for Song of the Year. I feel like that was a great representation of 2020, like the Bigger Picture. He also should have won that for, like, Best Rap Performance as well. He should have won that over a Savage Remix. I feel like it just has more substance and it was more relevant to the year. I feel like it should have won that. And The Weeknd, we don't have to talk about how badly he got snubbed. He got snubbed out of multiple categories. He just, like, the Grammys just paid him dust. Obviously he upset somebody. Like, it's very, very obvious that he was blackballed, which is really, really messed up. Now, what I also want to talk about is, I want to talk about the whole Nicki Minaj female rap thing. Because every time a female rapper does anything, the pink print herself is just brought up. And I want to make this very, very clear. Nicki Minaj, like, these rappers are not her peers. They're not her peers. Nicki Minaj is a legend. She's already solidified in the game. People are like, oh, Megan has 4 Grammys, while Nicki has 0. This is crazy. Y'all have to realize, when Nicki Minaj was prominent and in her prime in the female rap game, rap was not as big as it is today. Nicki Minaj was competing at a time where pop music was dominant, and she was competing with pop stars, which is why when she succeeded, it was such a big deal, because she was going against people. Like, her songs were charting high, and as a rapper, she was charting super, super high. Like, the people that she was competing with was Justin Bieber, Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, Eminem. Like, she was Kanye West, Rihanna. Like, she was competing with powerhouse people that we see today as absolute legends. Like, the people that Cardi and Megan and all these new people are going against are nothing compared to who Nicki Minaj was going against. People are like, oh, Megan is getting #1 and Cardi's going #1 and not Nicki, ha ha ha. Like, Nicki Minaj was competing, like, when Anaconda was #2, Taylor Swift's Shake It Off was #1, and Shake It Off is Taylor Swift's biggest song of her entire career. Taylor Swift, one of the biggest superstars ever. Her biggest song ever of the biggest pop star. The biggest song, the biggest pop star is what blocked Nicki Minaj from going #1. If Anaconda came out today, it'd be #1. It would be Old Town Road all over again. Like, people don't understand that. People think that, like, a #1 is a #1. No. Anaconda, if it dropped today, with the same numbers that it had back then, it would be undoubtedly #1. Music has changed, and people are not even selling like they were back then. Like, a #2 back then would be a #1 now. A #10 back then would be a #1 now. Music is not being sold the way it used to. Music's not being, like, it's not as big as it was back then. It's not as, like, iconic as it was back then. So to compare people now to back, it's just a smack in the face. People are saying, like, oh, these two have Grammys and Nicki. It's silly. It's so silly. Now, do Grammys, is that an amazing accomplishment? Absolutely. But when someone has clearly made an impact and they've clearly, like, done amazing things, to say, like, haha, you don't have this, it's silly, because you're just trying to, like, you're just hating at this point. You really are. I do also want to get into the performances. I want to start off with the best performance of the night, which was Doja Cat. I just want to sit here and appreciate the fact that Doja Cat like rapped and sung live, and it sounded amazing, and the choreo was absolutely amazing. I know she is tired as hell of performing Say So over and over again, and she said like people were saying like the Say So era is over, and she announced that it was over. I'm really, really happy for Doja Cat because I've like just recently started to like really get into her. Well, I've always been into her since Tia Tamera, but like when Hot Pink came out, I was kind of disappointed. It was kind of like a letdown of an album, so I can't wait to see like what she's going to come out with next. So yeah, Doja Cat was definitely the best performance of the night. Can't wait to see like what she's doing. The choreo was absolutely amazing. I love the robotic theme with no backtrack whatsoever. I loved it. Then we have Billie Eilish's Everything I Wanted. It was cute. I wish she performed My Future, and I wish it was more intimate. I feel like I just didn't hear her vocals as much. She was kind of just whispering. And I know that's kind of her thing, but like, Billie Eilish can sing. She can really, really sing, and I wish I heard more singing. I feel like I just heard more instrument than her voice, which was kind of irritating me. And then next up we have, Next up we have Dababy. Now Dababy performed Rockstar. And sonically, it sounded amazing. Like, musically, it was really, really nice. I like the orchestra and the choir. It's just that some of the Baby songs sound nice, but then you start to hear what's being said, and it's like, ugh. Like, he had this choir that was kind of ad-libbing and singing his lyrics, and like, although it sounded good, it was just very cringy to hear. Because you hear like these middle-aged women behind him like chanting like, let's go and go get the choppers and we get the bussin' and let's go. And it's just like, it was just really uncomfortable to see and just very cringy. But it sounded nice. It was a decent performance. I liked it, kind of. I lied. Anyway, moving on, we have Lil Baby. Now, he had a really, really, really nice, amazing performance, unlike any other. Like, it wasn't even in, like, a stage. It was, like, a whole, like, set, like a whole movie set happening. Kind of gave, like, This Is America vibes, because, like, the whole Black Lives Matter thing movement and stuff happening in the background as he's kind of narrating what's going on. It was just very, very nice. There was a speech given in the middle of it, and, like, there was another verse about it. It was just very, very nice. Even if you didn't like the song, the performance was just amazing. The message was amazing. Oh, that was a really, really good performance. I really, really enjoyed that. Definitely one of the best performances of the night. Now, we have Megan Thee Stallion's performance. I enjoyed it. It just seemed like there was more dancing happening and choreo happening than actual rapping and performing of the song. And I'm starting to see that a lot now with, especially like female rap. It just seems like people are performing more than actually rapping. And it's just not... Like, the dancing and stuff is supposed to complement the rap. The rapping is supposed to be like... I just feel like today, in rapping in general, it just feels like people are more interested in the performing than the rap. Like, the performance is supposed to complement the song, not the other way around, because then it just makes it awkward. It felt like she began with body, but didn't even rap body. She just sat there and just danced. Then did Savage, and the tap dancing break, it was nice, but at the same time, it's just not what I would want to see. You know? It's kind of like if you go to a restaurant and you ask for something but got something else, but the something else was good. Like, it wasn't bad, but it's just not what I wanted. You know? And then moving on, the Cardi B performance. Oh my God. Cardi B, oh boy, that was a hot mess. Like, that was really, really... I don't know if it was just the outfit, because I know on Instagram she said that, like, the outfit was heavy. I don't know what it was. She looked great. Let's start on a positive note. Cardi B looked absolutely amazing, and people were saying that, like, oh, she's copying the motorsport look. I think that was a reach. I mean, there are similarities there, the pink hair and the metallic theme, but I don't think it was a copy of it. It was a similar look, but I see the resemblance, but I don't think it was copied at all. I mean, there are definitely some obvious differences there. I think that was a little silly to bring up. But, yeah, the performance was very awkward. It was very stiff. I feel like she was kind of just rusty. Maybe because, it's been a while since she has performed. The choreo was just... it just looked like it was thrown together at the last minute. It felt like there was just more rehearsal that she needed to do. I feel like it was just the outfit. Maybe it was just the outfit that made her stiff like that. Because just the way that she was moving, it just felt like she was trying her best. But it looked really, really bad. It looked really terrible. I mean, Megan kind of came in and like made things a little better with her choreo. That kind of saved the performance. But all in all, it's just the way that Cardi was moving. It was very, very hard to watch. But she did look great. She did look good. But yeah, that was not it. That was definitely the worst performance of the night. That wasn't it. I don't even know why WAP was chosen to be performed there. It wasn't it. And then moving on, some of the achievements that were also made tonight. Blue Ivy got her first Grammy. Harry Styles received his first Grammy as well. Beyonce is now Beyonce has now received the most Grammys out of any female artist. She's now at 28 Grammys, which is nice. Jay-Z also technically got a Grammy for Savage because he's one of the writers. So yeah, it was a great night for them. The Grammys as a show, I think it was okay. It wasn't as terrible as the last year's. Like the last year's child, like Lil Nas X being nominated for Album of the Year for his album 7. Oh, my head. Let's not relive that. But yeah, this was definitely I feel like rewards went to the right people tonight. Like, I don't think there was nothing that was too crazy. Nothing that was like, whoa, like, this person does not deserve this reward. And I've seen none of that. I feel like 2020 was a great year for music. There's a lot of great music that came out this year. Like, Chilumba was an amazing album. After Hours was an amazing album. Folklore, Don't Start Now. A lot of amazing music that came out this year. Great albums. I feel like the Grammys did a pretty decent job. It did a pretty decent job at, making sure that everybody was, it did a great job in rewarding the people who deserved it. With the exception of the Weeknd being snubbed. Like, I hate giving the Grammys all of its props because I feel like After Hours was a big part of 2020. And it was just, like, the fact that they just did him like that. Like, that's crazy. It just goes to show that the Grammys are really politics. They really are. It's like, it doesn't matter how big you are or how relevant you are. If you don't do what we tell you to do, we will throw you to the side. And for the most part, it worked for them. It's crazy. And really, really sad. But, all in all, I would give the Grammys a 6 out of 10 this year. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 because, no. I don't want to say it's a good show because without the Weeknd and them just blackballing him like that blatantly is just terrible. And it's really, really sad. And the Weeknd definitely deserved Grammys for that album. So yeah, that was my video. Please like, subscribe for more. Tell me what your thoughts about the Weeknd. Tell me what are your thoughts about what are your thoughts about the Grammys and the awards and who it should have went to. I actually want to hear what all y'all have to say. I'll be replying to all the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching. YikesRoman signing out.